Hey guys, I'm doing a tutorial, not a tutorial, but a response to a question I had from somebody about my Carrara Modeling Tutorials product. So hopefully this little video will help solve the issues this person is having. So let's drag the icon to the scene and we will insert a cylinder, and let's choose 2 sections and 8 sides, a diameter of 1. I'm not really modeling this to scale, and we'll choose the y-axis, this axis here, and we'll say OK. So this person was having a couple of issues here. So one of them was using the delete tool, which is I'll hit empty space here with the left mouse button, was the delete tool, which is the F key. So let's hit Shift F, and you notice my mouse cursor now is a lightning bolt. Let's hit the Z key. So it's a lightning bolt. You hit Shift F. You'll notice that if I hover the tip of the lightning bolt over the edge, there's a little edge beside the lightning bolt, which means we can delete edges. So we'll hit Control Z or Control Z, whatever you want to say. I'm Canadian, but I say both. So now we hover over this polygon here, and that means I can delete this polygon because there's a little polygon beside the lightning bolt. So I delete that. Now I hit the right mouse button and choose the Move tool. If you notice now I'm in the Move tool, you can look over here, it says Move, and we have this information that we can use to interact with our selections and stuff. So now let's left click and drag to select these edges, and we will now, this person was having issues with using the dynamic extrude. So let's notice our mouse cursor here, and now I'm going to hit Shift H. You notice that the mouse cursor changed from an arrow to a plus sign, and also over here is that now it's changed from the Move to the Dynamic Extrusion Properties tool. So we'll hit the Z key and click once to move in, and then we'll notice we're back to the Dynamic Extrude tool. So let's left click this edge and drag. Control Z or Control Z, however you want to say it again. I have Snap to Grid on, so let's turn that off for now. So let's left click. Our Dynamic Extrude tool is active. Let's left click and drag. I'm continuing to drag. Just get a feel for how it drags. So we're left clicking and dragging. So now as we're doing this, press down the Control key and hold the Control key down. So now you can drag. My mouse is all the way down here. The left mouse button is down and the Control key is pressed. So now we let go. Okay, we place the extrusion where you want. Now let go of the left mouse button and then let go of the Control key. It's important to let go. Let's do one more time. Click and drag, and now hold down the Control key. If we let go of the Control key first, it just does this, which is fine. It allows us to go back and reshape it the way we want. So let's hit the Control, hold down the Control again, and when we have the extrusion where we want, let go of the left mouse button, and then you can let go of the Control key. So let's do one more time. Left click and drag, and when hit the Control key, and then you can let go of the left mouse button, and then you can you don't have to release the Control key, just left click again and drag. So let go of the left mouse button, don't let go of the Control key, and then drag again, left click and drag, and then let go of the left mouse button and then the Control key. So that's how you do multiple extrusions using the Dynamic Extrusion tool. Let's do another one here. So let's left click and drag, but this time as we're dragging, hit the Shift key. and you notice it now is extrudes in the same plane as our previous selection. So that should cover doing the dynamic extrusion tool. Hopefully that clears things up. So let's hit the right mouse button and then choose the move tool. So now, okay, I'll just do one quick extrusion here. Okay, so now what I want to do is this person had a question about numerically extruding, so doing it in a more precise manner. So to do this, let's hit the space bar and pan over. So now let's hit Shift H to bring up the dynamic extrusion tool again, and now choose over here in the properties panel, choose snap to grid. So with that active, this manual offset doesn't seem to work very well, so don't use that. So now left click and drag like we did before, but be warned, it's going to act a little strange because snap to grid is on. So left click and drag, and you notice it dragged right to the center here. So now hit Control as the left mouse button is down, so hit Control and then release the left mouse button and the Control key. It doesn't look like anything happened, but because we had snap to grid on, the extrusion happened right on top of our selection. So it extruded a 0 amount. So it's there, we just have to move it. So now let's go to Model, Transform, and choose the Move tool. And then since we want it moving in the Y axis, let's choose 0.25 and say OK, enter. So there you see our extrusion happened. Now let's just click this edge and then choose Shift S, and you notice that edge is 0.25 feet. So that means our extrusion was 0.25 feet. Okay, so let's do that one more time. Select this edge, we can loop it, hit Shift H, okay, and then we will left click and drag. You notice the extrusion went right to the center. Hit Control as our left mouse button is down, and then release everything. So our extrusion is right smack dab on there. So let's hit Control Shift T, which is the hotkey for moving the vertices. And let's choose 0.75 this time. And hit OK. And we can click this edge just to check on and then Shift S to see how to bring up the scale properties. So the edge is 0.75 feet long. So it worked again. Our extrusion was exactly 0.75 feet. So let's do one more here. Let's select this polygon here and press and hold down the F key and then delete this edge. You should be able to do that now rather easily, hopefully. So now hit Shift H, the dynamic extrude tool happens or is activated. Now let's click this edge, left click and drag, and you'll notice the extrusion went right to the center. Now hit Control and then release the left mouse button and then release the Control key. So our edge is right on top of our previous selection. So let's go to the Transform, Move, Control Shift T, and this time choose 0.125 as an amount in the Z axis because we want to go up, and say OK. And let's check this edge here just to make sure, and let's choose Shift S when it's selected, and it's actually 0.13. It's just 0.13 because it's rounding up. So hopefully that helps out your issues with hopefully I addressed all your issues that you had, and hopefully you guys enjoy my tutorials. And if you have another issue, you can post them here or talk to me or private message me like you did before. So that is it. We will see you later. Do skoro svidania. Bye.